Well, hello again, and welcome to Roland's Reviews. Um, let's look at this subject matter. I've been so busy, didn't have time to cover this, but here I am now. Do me one small favor as you enter the chat room. If you will, please hit that little thumb. That is the like button. That tells YouTube that you are definitely enjoying the content that I am sharing with you. And um, hopefully, we can trigger the YouTube logarithm so that we can bring more people into the conversation. I'll give you a few more minutes there and um, we'll discuss this. um, Here we go. All right, I see some of the usual suspects entering the chat room. All right, share this on your various forms of social media. And those of you who are normally here, I am on break this week. So uh, that's why you're seeing me at a time that you normally do not see me. So, how are you? All right. So, for the people who have typed something into the comment section, I can see your names: Chicago Hood, Dorian, Quick Bang Boom, Beverly. How are all of you doing? And Chicago Hood has have left some statements here. This case is akin to, well, I can't say, the C word. If you look, I'm reading the statements that Chicago Hood has typed, and we're not allowed to say that C word here. uh, Dividing the discerning from the undiscerning. Likewise, this case is being used as a divining rod, which is supposed to locate hidden things or substances. All right. Chicago Hood also said, worshiping your color is idolatry. We'll give account on Judgment Day for every careless, idle word we ever uttered. That's Matthew 12:36. And folks, those of you who've been here for a while, um, we have actually discussed that several times in relation to things that are usually said on the left, and how they use race um, as a divining rod to get people to vote uh, for the Democrats. And we talked about how racial idolatry is prevalent in the Democratic Party as well. So, um, Chicago Hood also said, Proverbs 4:23, keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. No one commits murder unless they already have murderous thoughts in their heart. Facts. All right. Welcome. The fishing kids here. How you doing, Citizen Kane? Beverly, good morning to you as well. Uh, so let's go ahead and get started. I just have a little video and commentary to share with you. We know that this Carmelo Anthony case is being just uh, used to cause further division. And so I wanted to share this with you. And no one's giving any credit to Austin Metcalf's father. He told um, this gentleman who uh, held the White Lives Matter rally protest, and it was live. He talked to him on the telephone. He told him he didn't want anything to do with him. And he also told him to take his sons. He had a picture of Austin on. If you can see when I play the video, you see a big bus in the background, and he told him to take my son's picture off of that bus because he feels this is just causing more problems, and he feels let's be real, people, when a case like this happens, they come out of the woodworks. People want to make money. We talked about on the other side, the spokesperson for excuse me, Carmelo Anthony's family. He's a grifter. He's causing racial divisiveness as well. So it's happening on both sides, unfortunately. And some people take other people's pain and they use it as their, it's time for me to get out here in the forefront and try to make a little money. And unfortunately, that's what happens. Citizen Kane, racial supremacy cuts both ways for both major political parties. Citizen Kane, and that's what we're talking about. So one side can't point to the other when they're both doing the same thing. Exactly. So let's play this video. And again, if you have Facebook or any other forms of social media, please go ahead and share this out so we can bring more people into the conversation. All right, here we go. So this is a clip from the actual protest. It was an epic fail. And again, Austin Metcalf's father, and you'll see he wants nothing to do with this guy. And this guy who's leading the march, he was involved in the January 6th. We know what happened January 6th. So he was also involved with that, the insurrection, okay? Fishing kid, they caged this very angry young man up with family and a house. Now he's moved out. I would be afraid of him too. Okay. Fishing kid. All right. So, folks, again, if you were here the other night, I said something about this, and of course, Jake Lang. He's the guy who started the White Lives Matter protest for Austin Metcalf. And again, trying to cause further divisiveness. And let's see what is being said here in the video.
In the barbershop on Tuesday than at this struggle event.
Let me get rid of the video first, of course. I mean, the commercial. All right. So I'll try to keep up with your comments in the comment section as I'll give my I'll give you my racial breakdown and my commentary on my thoughts. And pretty much, if you've been here for a while, you know what I've said about racial idolatry. And again, that's on both sides. It is not biblical. All right, let's see what we're saying.
Yeah, run the clip. I'll be right back.
The message today is very simple. We need.
This is Jake Lang. So let's listen to what he says here.
Justice. Carmelo Anthony, Austin Metcalf's murderer, is still on the loose. His bond needs to be revoked. Right here is a scene. Austin Metcalf's blood is still stained on the bleachers. It is crying out for justice.
There's the blood stain. There is the blood stain. It's red still. Austin Metcalf's blood. Lord Jesus, help us. Is crying out for justice. His killer is home right now. I got to get out of here before the police come. I just hopped the fence to get in here. His blood is crying out for justice. We need that killer behind bars. We will not rest. We need to protect white Americans. This scourge of black violence is too much.
Yes, but I'm not a member of that community. I'm a member of my community, and my community is being victimized by the community of violent black, absolute degenerates.
But here's the problem.
They're degenerates.
When you stand,
My desire is that another Austin Metcalf does not happen next week. And if I was his father, I would stand righteously to say, yes, but I'm a man. We all have common sense. But I'm a man. We all have common sense.
And this black American gentleman is trying to talk to him. And I'll tell you again, now I look at everything from the eyes of an educator. Do not stand and try to argue with an idiot. Nothing will be accomplished. I wouldn't waste, that is, sir, the black male here in the cowboy hat, that is breath that you have wasted. That is time, precious time that you have wasted. Never stand and argue with an idiot. I teach my students to walk away. So again, as an educator, just like police officers, we are taught to de-escalate situations. So if you stand and talk with someone like this, you're only escalating the situation. Yes, fishing kid, hide the face. Yes, Darla, I know I am naive, but can we stop fighting? A child lost his life and another one is possibly going to jail for life. Darla, yes. And I said this, Darla, I don't know if you were here. I said both families need prayer. So coming out, having a White Lives Matter protest and saying that all, all black people basically committing crimes against white people, this guy is ludicrous. And so we need to be praying for both families. And again, no one is saying this. Austin Metcalf's father wants nothing to do with this guy. And he says he's causing more problems. And he feels, which rightfully so, he should. This guy is just trying to get his come up. But he's using it under the guise that he's so concerned about Austin Metcalf dying and being unalived. Never try to convince a fool against his word. Citizen Kane. I tell students all the time, if you're having an issue with someone, I said, if you just walk away, guess what? They're not going to stand there and continue to talk. They will get the message and they will eventually leave. That's how it goes. Darla, that's not being naive. That's just, you're just telling the truth. All right, here we go.
White people have common sense. White people for his fault. I'm speaking for white men in this country. I'm speaking for white men in this country.
Listen to this.
Yeah.
Austin Metcalf is no longer Austin Metcalf. He is a symbol. He is a symbol of young white people being predatorized and victimized every single day, living in fear. He is living in fear. Our people in this country are living in fear. Hey, Jeff, it's Jake Lang here.
So the Black American male here, he called Austin's father. So you and I have it up as loud as it will go, but you may not be able to hear it. Hopefully the closed captioning will pick it up. You will hear Austin Metcalf's father. He doesn't want anything to do with this guy. How you doing, Baldwin Birds? All right, here we go. I put the closed captioning on. It's up as loud as it will go. So if you can't hear it, just read the closed captioning.
Jeff, first of all, my entire heart rests in your hands. I would be in my position, not even as somebody even knew your son, but somebody that shares the same understanding. I grew up as a 17-year-old young white man too, and I grew up in fear of my life around black people. I grew up as a 17-year-old young white man too, and I grew up in fear of my life around black people because they were killing and robbing people around me all the time. And I don't understand, as I was a father, you could sit idly by and not condemn the culture that killed your son. The culture that killed your son. There is an epidemic problem in this country, and your voice could be one of the loudest voices in this country, but you've chosen to recoil out of fear and continue the suppression. Why will you not stand with me and with the rest of the people? We're not calling for racial divide. We're not calling for hatred. We're saying 350,000 attacks on white people by black people a year in this country is wrong. Why can't you stand that and say with that? Maybe you can. Would you be willing to stand by me in a press conference or in an individual interview and talk about this issue that is larger than Austin at this point? God rest the beautiful young man's soul that would have been one of our strongest voices if he was still alive today.
So he's talking, if you listen at how this grifter is talking about Austin, he's talking about Austin Metcalf as if he knew him personally. So again, he's trying to create that emotional bond, trying, of course, to get Austin's father on board. Austin's father can see right through this, but he's using it under the guise, white. This all these horrible things have happened to white people. I was 17 at one time. I mean, just listen to this guy. He is so full of it. And now, when I press play, again, it's kind of hard to hear what Austin's father is saying, but I pretty much told you in a nutshell, he wants nothing to do with this guy. So listen.
Yes, I am, sir.
Yes, so yeah, you can see it is coming up. The closed captioning is able to pick it up, so you'll have to just read that, folks. Okay, here we go.
I'm not trying to smoke. You are part of the fucking problem, my friend.
Did you hear what he just said? Austin Metcalf's father just said, you are part of the F-bomb problem, my friend. Right, Darla. Austin's father just wants these people to STFU. Yes, he can see through this charade. They're trying to seem like they're so concerned, get a movement going. We know the next thing. It's a freaking scam. How you doing? PZIONIKZ. So listen to this.
You're trying to create more race divide than bridging the gap. I do not condone anything you do. You do not have any fucking.
That's called.
Are you reading these captions? Are you listening to what Austin's father is saying? Hit that like button for me, please, folks. Sign up. Okay, I'll just call you PZ. And so his father and then to show you that this grifter is not real, he's fake. He gets upset that Austin's father calls him weak. I mean, he said some bad things about him. He said he was weak. So how are you going to turn on this man who just lost his son? He's still grieving. You're mad. You're angry because he won't join with you and your cause, quote unquote. Then you turn on him and this man, but you care so much about him. He's a white male. You turn on him and call him weak. Make it make sense, people. I'll continue.
White guilt.
No, let it talk.
My son, let me finish. I give you your time. You take my son's face off your website.
You hear this? Now, you see, I didn't make this up. Austin Metcalf's father told this guy, you take my son's face off your website. He wants nothing to do with this grifter. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comment section, folks. And again, you can't make this stuff up. Then you go hit that. Of course, his name is Jake Lang. All right. Make sure you know who he is. And again, he's as bad as the Black Lives Matter, the people, the young ladies that started that organization after the George Floyd situation. How you doing, Tina? Tina, yes. Tina. This guy, I guess, is trying to start an organization. Austin Metcalf's father wants nothing to do with this guy. Fishing kid. Can you imagine your kid is a killer and the judge orders house arrest with you? You're all locked up in a house. Punishment for, fishing kid. Yeah, that's why I said we need to pray for both families. One kid is unalived. Another, he will never be able to get over what he did. And he didn't even know that he had unalived him when the police put him in the police car. He said, is he okay? And they had to tell him, no, sir. So yeah, this is they're all of their lives have been turned upside down. Tina, if this was two black boys or two white boys, we wouldn't be hearing anything. Tina, right. So this guy is trying to get his come up, his bag. He's trying to see I call this fake outrage. Let me tell you where I get fake outrage from. Whenever I call a parent and I tell them something that their child has done that they should not have done. And they're like, what? Oh my God, you wait till they get home and I'm going to do da-da-da-da-da. And then the child comes back to school and the behavior has not changed. That's called fake outrage. You tried to make me think you were on my side and you tried to seem so upset. Yes, fishing kid, this guy is a fool and he's a tool. He's both. And like Tina said, if two black males involved, two white males involved, we wouldn't see all this press coverage. We would not hear anything. All right, I will continue. What a joke these people are.
I am not associated with you.
You're creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness, sir.
Did you just hear what Austin Metcalf's father said? I don't want to be associated with you. This bum tells him he's creating more Austin Metcalfs with his weakness. A man who just lost his son. What kind of grifter is this? But you care so much about what happened to his son. Now you've turned on him. Stop it.
You are creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness.
You are being weak. I gotta be honest with you about that, sir.
And here, this fool says, black man here, you are being weak. I have to be honest, you are being weak, sir. So we got two fools. This guy's an idiot, and this guy's an idiot. This guy just talked about all the horrible things that black people have done to white people. Make it make sense, people. And he's up. This guy, this black American guy, is defending this guy. I mean, sir, how many pieces of silver did you receive? Do you not have any decency? This guy, from what he says, hates your guts, but you're up here defending him. Okay, here we go.
Weakness. You are being weak. I gotta be honest with you about that, sir.
Let me go back. I can't with these people.
You're creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness, sir. You are creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness.
You are being weak. I gotta be honest with you about that, sir.
With your weakness.
You are being weak. I gotta be honest with you about that, sir.
You're being weak. Condemn your son's killer and the culture that caused it. And the culture that caused it.
Austin Metcalf's.
So what are your thoughts, folks? About these two boobs. Oh my God. You can't make this stuff up. Make it make sense, folks. Oh my God. Let me get this video. Let me get rid of this. I'll get the video going. Oh my goodness. And then why are you? It's like he's exploiting the situation. You're showing, oh, this is his blood. Come on, God, do better.
Blood. Lord Jesus, help us. It's crying out for justice.
This man said Austin's blood is crying out for justice. Listen, man, y'all can't be. See, listen, the white conservatives really the new white liberals. Now they're taking our terminology, right? Now that.
So what are your thoughts, folks? Woo! I can't. I had to show this to you because I know you probably wouldn't believe it. But this is what we're doing now. This is what we're doing. Let me see. Hit that like button, folks, if you will, and also share this stream out so we can bring more people into the conversation. Tina, these two boys have been publicized. I don't see how they're going to have. Yeah. How are you going to get a fair and impartial jury? Everyone. And there's so much, excuse me, information that has been shared that has been just fake news. And I think they need more people to definitely stand up and say, hey, this Austin's father, let me take this and show you this. He wants nothing to do with these people. And this is, to sit up. And again, this was an epic fail. Let me see if I can get this going. So this guy was trying to, I guess, get all the angry white people out. This guy failed. Epic fail. The parking lots was virtually empty. So no one wants to do, and people can sniff out fake people. So tell me what your thoughts are in the comment section, folks. What a joke. So I wanted to show you. So let's listen to this. And again, look in the parking lot. So he's trying to get a movement going, and people just aren't feeling him. I think they can tell he is so fake and phony. Here we go.
See it day after day, month after month, year after year, and I'm tired.
Look at the crowds, folks. Can you see now? And in the background, there's his bus. He has a picture of Trump when someone was attempting to unalive Trump last year. Look at the crowds, folks. People are sick of this crap on both sides. Look at it.
I'm tired of the anti-white racism. I'm tired of anti-white hate. I'm tired of anti-white violence. Let's make a stand together now. Let's make a stand together today. I see right now Antifa, Hamas, some other massive police are responding. We have to answer the call to God. We cannot sit silent when these type of acts are crushing and killing people. White Americans are living in abject fear. This is tyranny.
And that's a lie. In Texas, everyone's packing. So if someone goes to rob or do all these horrible things that this young man's talking about, they're going to be unalived. So in the states where you are allowed, so just make sure you're living in the right state, folks, so you can protect yourself. Tina said the whole thing is heartbreaking. It is. It really is. Okay. I'll finish it, but look at all the support he was able to garner. Can all of you see this? So he's trying to get a movement going, like the Black young ladies who got Black Lives Matter started after George Floyd. This is straight from their playbook. He's doing the same thing. He's a grifter. And if you listen, now I told you I'm not an expert on body language, but to me, it doesn't even sound like he believes what he's saying. It doesn't sound real to me. What are your thoughts? So he's talking, but it does not sound like he really believes what he's saying. It sounds contrived. It sounds practiced. He doesn't have the fervor in his voice. To me, that's just my personal opinion. I could be wrong. All right, I'll continue.
This is the tyranny our founding fathers warned us about. We are asking.
And the sad part is he's using the Bible with his hate speech. This is what the Bible talked about. The Bible didn't talk about hating people. The Bible talks about loving other people. So this guy is wacko.
The American people, do not be silent on this issue.
What are your thoughts, folks? Oh my God. And so again, I just feel that let the justice system do their thing. But the way I feel on this situation, both men, one is unalived, one, he has to live with himself for what he did. So there's right and wrong to go around on both sides, folks. I just say, let the justice system do their thing, and people need to stop comparing this case to other cases because they're different. Kimmy, how you doing? Kimmy, that's what I said. Tina said, this is the true meaning of white supremacy. So, Tina, those of you who are here, listening to what we just listened to, did it sound like this guy really believed what he was saying? To me, he sounded like he's just talking. There was no emotion. Citizen Kane, it's called white Christian nationalism, okay? And again, the Bible talks about love, not hate. So why he's using the Bible is beyond me. He said, well, the Bible speaks of love, sir. So you're still wrong. Darla, I'm tired beyond tired of the comparison to other cases. Yes. And again, from an educator's standpoint, I tell students all the time, don't try to handle things yourself. Every time you try to handle things, it ends badly. So there's a lot of learning that can be done from this case. And again, I tell students, hey, if you have an issue, go to the nearest adult. So we really can't speak intelligently about, so you have people doing all these videos, and like Austin's father said, no one was, if you weren't in that tent, pretty much be quiet. He didn't say it in those terms, but you get my drift. Oh my God, these people. All right, nuts. All right, so let me stop sharing this. Okay. Hit that like button for me, please. Hit that subscribe button if you're here and you are enjoying this content. Tina, I do too. And if I tell people, if you don't like me and you don't even know me, you have other problems. And so here's this guy up here with his, I don't know what you call this guy. Oh my God. This guy's, the white man is talking about how horrible black people are, and this black man beside him is on his side. So I don't know what in the KKK is going on here. If both of them were white or both were black, this case never would have heard of it. Exactly. So that's just where we are, folks. And I say the justice, let's be in prayer for both families and hope that for the best possible outcome. And I don't think that first of all, they overcharged Carmelo Anthony. First degree murder, for it to be first degree, it has to be planned and premeditated. And that's not what happened. So I don't know. They did overcharge on this case. All right. Pizonic, hit the like button for me. If you're enjoying this content, hit the subscribe button. We'll be glad to have you. So there's that. There we are. This guy is nuts. Yeah. And so his father, I guess his father knows a BSer when he sees or hears one. Thank you so much. Thank you. And he wants nothing to do with this. He knows this is a bunch of malarkey. There are no more barriers already. Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah. So I'm just saying, folks, tell me what your thoughts are. I've been talking. I told you what I feel. I personally feel it's a tragedy and people are exploiting it. Just like the speaker that the family has. God, please they need to get rid of that guy. That guy has a rap sheet as long as Shaq's feet. Look it up, folks. And he reminds me of the super mayor. He cannot string together 2 sentences without using run-ons and fragments. So what happens in these cases, folks, people come out of the woodworks. People see an opportunity to act like they are so outraged. Again, it's fake outrage. They see an opportunity for them to get their name out there, to make a bag of money, pretending to be concerned and upset. If you're like me and you can recognize when people are exploiting a situation, type 1 in the comment section. Pizonic, yes, people are exploiting this. People who wish to cause division. Yes, and speaking of division, that guy, the spokesperson, so-called civil rights person, speaking for the Carmelo Anthony family, he's doing them a grave disservice. Right midnight, exploit a bad situation. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you so much. Darla, I saw an interview with a person that is familiar with the Texas prison system. He said it's ran by the Aryan Brotherhood and it will not be pleasant if KA goes to prison. Right, Darla? The gangs run the prisons, black and white. You're right. They better ship him if he goes. And like I said, I think that it was overcharged. So I don't think they'll be able to get a conviction on murder, a murder one rap. Involuntary manslaughter, but murder, nah, that's a reach. So, and Judge Joe Brown said, and you know Judge Joe Brown, he's one of the most intelligent human beings I listen to. He even said they overcharged him. Okay, so we'll have to see how this goes. But however it goes, you're making the situation worse by trying to cause further divisiveness. Darla said, I disagree. Okay, Darla, what do you disagree with, love? Now, as an educator, I will tell you, you should know, you probably know already, you are not allowed to have any type of weapon or firearm on school grounds. Okay, Darla. Yeah, Darla, you're right about that. Why? And we still don't know why. Why did he have a knife? Was it a pocket knife? I don't know. I was watching one video. They said that, he had the knife at school before. So I don't know, because there's so many lies being told. So I agree. Now, if that is true, well, there you go. Okay, Darla. We'll see how that goes. But typically, for murder, you have to plot and plan. So like you said, what were his motives for taking a knife? So typically, Darla, I just gave you in a nutshell, for murder has to be planned. So his defense will have to determine, did he have enough time? And it all depends on how long that exchange was between he and Austin Metcalf. So again, there's a lot we still don't know. He carried a weapon with him. He said, touch me and find out, or that. Okay, Darla, yeah. And so, yeah, some people are saying he instigated it. And if that's what was said, then that's true. It's just hard. Midnight, premeditated, planned, right? So it's just hard. We've been told there's so many stories circulating. We just don't know. And I had several subscribers say, when are you going to talk about this case? And I'm like, I need to listen. I need to find out more. Okay, Darla. Thank you, Darla. Okay. Thank you for that info, love. And that's going to be for the prosecution, Darla. Why would you carry a knife to a track meet? So, and then they're also saying that the Metcalf brothers were known to be bullies. So who knows? Who knows if that's true? Who knows if Carmelo was suspended for taking a knife to school before? We're hearing so much. Right midnight, we don't have all the facts. And that's why I had subscribers continue to say, we want you to talk about this. I'm like, there's so much I don't know. And I don't want to come out here, put myself out here, saying all these things. And then I have to come back and retract because more information comes out. We don't have all the facts. We do not. So all I told people from my standpoint, my point of view, is we should pray for both families. There's right and wrong to go on both sides. This isn't a, Carmelo Anthony's, he's just the worst human being ever born. Austin Metcalf, he's the worst human being ever born. So there's enough right and wrong to go around to share. Okay. Now, again, as an educator, it's a big no-no to have weapons of any kind on campus. All right. So we need to find out why was that, let's have, Tina said, let's have a try. Yes. Midnight turning into racial division circus. Right. And people want you to choose a side. How, and I've watched several videos of different YouTubers choosing sides, but you don't have all the facts. That's why I'm not choosing a side. I was not there. All I know is what Tina knows, what Darla knows, what Midnight knows. What Kimmy knows. All I know is what has been reported. So how can you choose a side and compare this case to so many others when you still don't know all the facts? And it's been proven, some of the information that they're even saying that Austin's father has a police record. They're talking about his past. What does that have to do with this case, right? Midnight, take race out of the equation, period. Midnight gets it. Take race out of it. We go wrong so many times. Oh, race. And we don't have all the facts. We only have what has been reported. And some of what has been reported is said is erroneous information. I agree with you praying for both these families. I think the public needs to stay out of it. Tina, right. The pup like this idiot and his whatever this guy is to him, stoking the flames of racial divisiveness. Yeah, it taints the jury pool. What are your thoughts, folks? How, with people asking me how I feel and asking me to make a stand when I don't know, I don't have all the info. No one does. And it's not that I'm trying to be wishy-washy. I'm just being truthful. How can I say I support Carmelo Anthony and I don't have all the facts? How can I say I support the Metcalf family? I don't have all the facts. What are your thoughts? Either way, Midnight said, either way, hopefully justice. Yeah, that's all we want is justice. Because again, yes, Carmelo Anthony is still alive. He has to live with what he has done. That's a sentence in itself. And then if he has to go to jail, do some jail time on top of that, folks, let's just be real. Let's be clear. There are no winners in this situation. There are none. The only winners there will be is if Americans continue to let the race hustlers divide. If you let them continue to divide us, it's a no-win situation for all of us. So again, I think one problem we have also is grace. We have all fallen short. We've all made mistakes. Austin's family is forever changed. They're missing one of their family members. Look at Anthony's family. Their lives have forever changed. Yeah, Pizonic, he said he's going to jail. How long depends on if he can prove self-defense. Thank you, Tina. Yeah, and Pizonic, I think the same thing too. I still don't think they're going to get the murder charge because when Judge Joe Brown, he is so intelligent. And I watch him so often. Well, anytime there's a major case like this, and boy, he it's hard to go against Joe Brown. So that's what I feel. But I feel they can still find some people who will do the right thing. And yes, Carmelo Anthony was wrong for having, and I know some YouTubers won't agree with me because I've watched several videos. He can have a knife. You're not supposed to have a weapon of any kind on school grounds. And think about it, folks. You don't have the weapon, this case doesn't happen. And then they're saying that Austin physically tried to remove him. Who knows? We know that a knife was there, but we still don't know about that exchange between the two. Right, Tina? Tina, both of these families are forever changed. And I do too. Tina gets it. That's how I feel. I feel bad for both. The public, stay out of it. This guy, Jake Lang, the race hustler who is speaking for Carmelo Anthony's family, stay out of it. Stop stoking the flame. They're throwing gasoline on the fire is what they're doing. Shadow Seeker, how you doing, love? They aren't saying that Austin was supposed to be there. Carmelo was skipping school, trespassing on a different school. Not as a, yeah, Shadow Seeker, and I've heard that. And like I said, there's so many stories. I'm trying to keep up with what's true, what is not. Shadow Seeker, okay, love, thank you. How about the press conference that Anthony's did? Terrible. Yes, Kimmy. And again, they need to get that race hustler out of there. He's making it worse. He's playing the victim when every time he opens his mouth, he talks about him being a black man. Sir, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about here. We're talking about Carmelo Anthony. He keeps going again, stoking the flame. Midnight said it's all hearsay at this point. Who is Kyle Rittenhouse suing? Because they keep bringing up Kyle Rittenhouse, and it's a different situation. Everyone was mad because he didn't go to jail. Shadow Seeker, I watched the law enforcement from Texas and law OD self-defense. Yeah, Shadow Seeker, I've been watching some of those too. Yeah, Al Sharp, you know he was going to get involved. Oh my God. Midnight, yes, the race hustler. They need to get rid of that guy. Thank you, Shadow Seeker. So Shadow Seeker is dropping some nuggets in the comment section. Yeah, Alexander does need to be sued. He's talking about all these cases that have nothing to do with this case. Why? What rock did they find him up under? Okay, there we go. All of these people, he talked about the George Zimmerman case. He talked about several cases. And sir, if you're speaking for this family, why are you, excuse me, involving so many other cases? Thank you, Shadow Seeker. What else do you know? Excuse me. All right. Hit that like button for me, folks. Also, if you are enjoying this content and you're not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. Darla, I'm not listening to anyone who has child abuse on his rap sheet. Darla, this guy, those of you just coming into the chat, I told you he has a rap sheet as long as Shaq's feet. I don't know where he came from, but this guy is not someone that you want representing you. I don't know. He just came from out of the woodworks, and he's a preacher. And you don't get me started with that. Yes, any case that involved black and white, exactly. And what he doesn't tell you is that the people who Rittenhouse shot, they were white. Tina, Jasmine Crockett started a GoFundMe. You know where that money's going. Along with that $16,000 that she had that wound up in her bank account from some old people in Texas who don't even know who she is. Yeah, let me see if I can pull that up for you. Midnight, yes, self-defense. All right, let me see. Hit that like button, folks. Now, and I'll pull this up. Kimmy, there are still people saying that Rittenhouse shot 3 black people. Kimmy, they don't even know. Exactly. They have no clue. And let me show you who this guy is. Midnight, none of the victims, right. Zimmer is Hispanic. You're correct. Let me stop this screen. Show you who this guy is. Another scammer. And you can find him all right. His name supposedly is Minister Dominique Alexander. Okay. Hold on. Let me find. Let me pull. Yeah, I'm going to pull this up for you. Let you read a little bit about him. Activist, minister. Ha! What a joke. All right, I'm trying to share this with you. It's not, okay, there it is. Okay, read a little bit about that. These things keep popping up. Hold on. Go ahead and check that out, folks. Tell me what you think. All right, what are your thoughts? And I can show you videos on this guy too. This is what I just told you, folks. Lengthy criminal history, child abuse, allegations of domestic violence. Shadows, I feel we would see this pleaded out because if there's any sign of guilt. That's true, Shadow Seeker. They'll probably do a plea deal. That's what I was thinking. I'm glad Midnight was dropping all these Midnight, Shadow Seeker, all of you who have information. Thank you for dropping these truth nuggets here. But yeah, this is that guy. They need to get rid of this guy. That's him. He's a grifter. And he doesn't care about this kid. He's trying to get his come up. Kimmy, remember Carmelo said to the police, he put his hands on me. That doesn't sound like more than one person touching him. So the twins jumping him storyline is false. Okay, Kimmy. All right. So again, if you check this guy out and his rap sheet, and now he's a so-called minister. Don't get me started about these black preachers and ministers because I've done enough videos on them. Right? Look at this. After his during his probation period, convicted on felony forgery charges in 2013. Where did this guy? How did they wind up with this guy? They probably didn't do their due diligence. 2017, the minister was arrested on felony theft. Look at this. We're not talking 25 years ago, folks. 2019, he had a legal infraction, felony assault charges, domestic violence. So this guy has issues. Why did they not check his history? Thank you, Shadow Seeker. So he is not a good guy. What the heck? What are your thoughts, folks? And I'm going to do a video on him as well, because I don't know where they found him, but they need to take him back. They definitely need to take him back. And again, you have to do your due diligence and find out, it's very simple. And we all have the internet. All right. So tell me what your thoughts are, folks. And that's pretty much all I wanted to share with you. There was some stories about Hunter starting. Okay. All these Democrats. Yeah. Right, Tina? You're right. All right. So I will stop. But yeah, that's my question. Why? Where did they find this guy? Oh. Okay. Well, that's all I have for you. Hit that like button. Share this content out. Shadow Seeker. There was a conversation about the scenarios. Anthony enters a tent, was asked to leave, refused, and we know the end. Then Austin's dad shows up at the conference. Rinse and repeat. Okay, Shadow Seeker. Thank you, dear. Sandra Lynn. Who's going to allow their twin brother to jump someone and then stand there with their hands to their side watching. Okay, Sandra Lynn, welcome to the channel. Hit the like button. Sandra Lynn, I think you are new here. If you are enjoying this content, please hit the subscribe button as well, love. And yeah, Sandra, and we said pretty much there's a lot we know and there's still some that we don't know. And so all I'm saying, hey, let's pray for both families. They will never, ever be the same. They are, Shadow Seeker says they are kids. This isn't adults. No one expected or not. Well, that's true, Shadow Seeker. Shadow Seeker, you're in my age group, I think. Generation X. And we'd see people, if someone had words, they would go out, the boys would go out and throw a few fists, and that was it. But now, oh, different day, folks, unfortunately. People have guns and other weapons. Okay, Shadow Seeker, yes, you are a Generation Xer like myself. All right. And again, I tell people, it doesn't hurt you to walk away. Shadow Seeker, you're a Generation Xer like I am. If I were to meet you in a store and you started cursing and calling me all kinds of words, I'm not going to stand there and argue with you. I am going to walk away and leave you standing there talking to yourself. That's me. That's how I operate. Thank you, Midnight. Midnight. I tell my students all the time, it's not that serious. Many of you, if you're on social media, you see these videos where people are in the stores, they start cursing each other out. Next thing you know, boom, boom, boom. Why? Why is that necessary? Shadow Seeker, no. Right. And Shadow Seeker, as an educator, if I'm out here acting crazy, fighting people in the stores, every time a teacher's arrested, it goes straight to the superintendent's office. Whether you like it or not, certain jobs and careers that you choose, you are held to a higher standard. So you have to, we have to teach kids about conflict resolution. Don't escalate anything. Road rage, midnight. Where I live here at Fort Bragg in Pope Air Force Base. I live on a highway, Highway 87. It's a 4-lane highway. As I'm turning into my driveway, people are so angry they have to slow down. They're blowing their horn, they're cursing, and all I'm doing, I put my turn signal on and I'm turning. Why would I get out of my car? Why would I don't blow my horn? I don't respond. Why would I? Midnight, yes, has a lot of wisdom. Yeah, before people would stick a finger up at you, you know what I mean? Blow the horn. Now you see all these videos online, people are shooting people, unaliving people. Shadow Seeker, I had to get off Z today because being disabled, listen to Democrats help disable. It's all fake. They do nothing. Right. X, I got you, Shadow Seeker. I knew what you were talking about. I don't know, Kimmy. If anyone will, it would be Court TV. All right. So that's all I have for you. And tell me what your thoughts are. I'll be doing videos most of the week probably, but I am going to do a deep dive into this Svengali. They need to get that guy as far away from their family as possible. Yes, Midnight. I don't know you. You see me on here. if you come and curse me out one day, I mean, call me everything but a child of God, you're not going to get a response from me. I will walk away and you'll still be standing there cursing to the air. Why? I have more years behind me than I do ahead of me. I'm not going to allow you in my space to take me to another level where I'm angry like you. No, not doing it. I will not. I don't care what you call me. Obviously, there's something going on in your life I have nothing to do with. And this is what I tell students. Right, Midnight? Right? So that's all I have for you folks. I hope you enjoyed it. And again, I'm still trying to find out as much information as I can in reference to this case. They are losing more because of the evil waiters. At least one side isn't buying the bus. Who's losing more, Shadow Seeker? I'm not sure what you're telling me, dear. I think I know what you're saying. Yeah, the Metcalfs, their father, he wants nothing to do with these race hustlers. But Carmelo, someone needs to get to Carmelo's family and say, get rid of that guy. Yeah, thank you, Midnight, for dropping in. I may go live again today or tomorrow, but check it out. Let me know. Check out my other videos. Let me know what you think. And let me see here. I'll drop the video that I did last night. Fish fry Jim Clyburn. What a crook. I watched a video this morning on that guy. He is a mess. I found out even more information about him. I need to do another video on him. The family of Anthony. Yes, Shadow Seeker. That's what I'm saying. They need to get rid of him. They're losing credibility and respect. Citizen Kane, Brandon Johnson, by executive order, has organized a working group to help fill in the city of Chicago's budget gaps, opening the door for layoffs and service cuts he said he wanted to avoid. Citizen Kane, that guy needs to go. I hope they can find some charges on him. Doge needs to get him for something. He's awful. All right. I enjoyed all of you. I will end this stream. I may go live again later. Who knows? Just make sure if you're subscribed, it is on all notifications. Thank you again for spending your very valuable time here at the Rollins Reviews YouTube channel. And I'm going straight to the comment section now, and I'll stay there as long as you're there.